was a pretty attacking safety shot, and don't blame him, but it's just on these cloths that are so quick, you run the risk of promoting one towards a corner. That's what's happened there, but well, still a little bit of a test. It's not over the hole.
Well,
might have been a test, but he responded to it.
One good pot and positional shot away from having a really good chance here. It's not straightforward, this blue.
Wasn't much cue ball control there, but it's ended up perfectly for him.
Do you know, the funny thing is, Dave, they're horrible shots. The snooker players don't really like shots where they don't know where the cue ball is going to run to. And he knew there was a good chance he was going to cannon the green as well. So sometimes you just have to put all your mental eggs in one basket, play the shot, what it is, plain ball, knock it in and see where you end up. And that was one of those instances. I was never the biggest fan of those sort of shots. I always like to have an inkling of where you were going. But that was really well played from Ding there.
Seven.
Still going to be hard work with black and pink where they are, but it's certainly a chance now.
Yeah, I suppose the only good bit of news is the pink. If he just drops this in, the red is sitting on the pink spot, so the pink will go onto the black spot, which will help a little bit. That's something. Just a matter of whether it's potable from there. The one, the left-hand side, closest to the top cushion. Yeah, that's probably blocking its path.
14.
There's a bit of work to do, but as I mentioned earlier, when it comes to break building, I'm not going to talk to Ding about that. I think he made over 500 odd centuries in his tournament career, so he knows what he's doing with the cue ball.
Yeah, 5-3-3. And that 98 to round off yesterday's session.
5-3-3. I knew you'd know that. What a pro you are. I knew you'd know that number.
Call me a pro. I'm looking over my shoulder, wondering who you're talking to.
So taking the opportunity here, Ding, to get rid of that red I mentioned earlier, because that will open the corner pocket 25. Up for the pink. So pot this, stun up for blue, and then that pink will become available, as you can see. This 26. Is a bit more like the Ding we know. Well, apart from that cue ball again, slightly too far. That is a very nice recovery there.
30.
Of course, you can now play on that pink we mentioned.
32.
And once this is knocked in, back on into its own spot again.
Yeah, really hard-working break this from Ding Junhui. Nothing really coming easy.
38.
Might be just what he needs. Find that rhythm.
39.
Now, the last sequence of shots have been absolute class. He's manoeuvred his way around the table beautifully. He was slightly too far down the cue ball on the blue, but the last 3 or 4 shots have just been excellent. he's got the table exactly how he wants them in the space of 3 or 4 shots, and that's just somebody who knows what he's doing. And it's the highest order of the break building capabilities. Superb stuff. Look at the way the board is now. It's at his mercy.
47.
I always think when I'm watching him, Dave, I always think this is every shot he's got is simple, and that's the key to it. It's every single shot he's leaving himself as simple as possible because his cue ball is so good.
54.
It's just you sit at home thinking, oh, I could do that, because it's just one simple shot after another. But there's an art to it, and he knows how to do it.
61.
60 ahead with 67 remaining now for Ding. Instant response.
62.
He's interested in a little bit more now, I think.
Yeah, these are big visits. Just make sure you make the total clearance. Just keep your opponent
68.
sitting in the chair.
69.
Go away from the table. Try and make his arm go cold.
$76. $77.
When he's in this mood, never looks like he's going to miss. And your description's fascinating as well from the professional perspective. Every shot looks so simple.
Yeah, there's just people who play this sport, and when they've got control of the cue ball, you know, your Stephen Hendrys of the past and your Steve Davises and John Higginses and people like that, and then you've got your Ronnie O'Sullivans and Mark Selby's, Neil Robertsons. I'm going to leave players out here who are going to get the needle with me, but when you see them play, the cue ball just is in wonderful control all the time.
93.
And the shots just look so simple. But you know yourself when you go down the club and you play, and it's not that easy a game. So apparently if he knocks this yellow in, it's the 534th century of his career, according to Dave.
100.
You'd normally expect the huge applause to ring around the Crucible. Crucible century number 65 for Ding Junhui.
Not much for Mark to do in this frame, but just sit and admire.
107.
You know, as much as he's a competitor and trying to win the match, he'll appreciate how good this was. This has been an absolutely class break.
112.
The 12th century of the tournament so far. And it's been beautifully constructed.
118.
Lovely little bit of screw in check side there to hold the cue ball. Wonderful, absolutely wonderful exponents of the green bays. You can't make a better break than that. That was beautifully played. Great cue ball control, and Ding Junhui at its best.